Automating in public, day 3. So yesterday I've uploaded a video about the fact that I'm trying to improve my quote-unquote CRM, which you can see here, which basically is a report of all the automated reach outs that I'm doing in my Facebook account. As you can see, I have this summary of the reach outs, the amount of approved, and the percentage of approved reach outs, friend requests. And you can see here, I have the amount of daily friend requests and DMs that I'm sending. But what I started working on yesterday, which basically the video seems to be completely failing because it has, I think, like 10 or 15 views, which is pretty bad considering, relatively to the other videos, but we'll see. I will keep on doing this because it's good for me, and I hope some of you are enjoying this. And I also realize this is not so sexy necessarily. It's more for people who understand how to use Power Automate and are really into the weeds of automating business processes. Anyway, I enjoy doing these videos, so I'm going to keep on doing them. And it also puts another layer of constraints. So instead of just automating and spending too much time in trying to automate stuff, I limit the duration of these videos, and hence I'm limiting the amount of time I spend on building the automation. That being said, that was a pretty long introduction. The goal for today is to keep on what I started yesterday, and that was to find a way that I can go to Facebook, and as I said, I'm doing an automated outreach, but I'm yet unable to tag anybody who has answered me. So basically the goal, and I started doing this yesterday and wasn't able to pull it off, is to see who answered my DM, and then I just want to add it to the Excel file, let's say to the status over here. So I have the origin, I have the status, did the response. So I just want to add this automatically. And yesterday, if you didn't see the video yesterday, so you should check it out because it will provide more context regarding this automation. In that video, I show not exactly, but I show how I built the automation and what exactly it does. Today, we're going just to dive into trying to figure out how to automatically pull the profile that has responded to me. I think I have an idea. Let's try. So let's open up Facebook, and So yesterday I used my wife's account. I used this as an example. I want to see in this inbox any instances in which I don't only have the DM that I sent, but also a response. So I tried doing this by finding different selectors over here. It didn't work. The next alternative that I suggested, which might work, is finding another, like counting the amount of images in this window. So this is what the idea that I came up with yesterday during the video. But later on, after I took a shower and went to bed, I came up with a different idea, which is kind of a workaround. And this is what I love about automation. So there are many ways, there is this saying that there are many ways to skin a cat, and there are many ways to automate. Like one process can have many different ways to automate it. So it's mostly about finding out what works and making it the most efficient or most effective. So in this case, what I'm thinking of doing is, instead of working via this pop-up, which is, in my opinion, harder to manipulate or harder to, extract data from this pop-up, I'm going to use the native inbox. So I'm going to open this inbox, and then I'm going to copy the name of the prospect. Let's say in this case, Tal Navot, it's my wife. I'm going to search for the name. And then I think it will be easier for me to find selectors that are generic here instead of in the pop-up. So the next step, instead of hitting this button, because this automation opens my wife profile, afterwards we will make it not a hard-coded variable, but a variable that actually loops via different URLs. And instead of opening that a small window, what I think I'll do is I will scrape or get the name of the profile. Then I will open the inbox. Then I will look for the profile, and then I will do the next step. So let's see how I'm going to do this. So Power Automate is open. Let's open this. Next step is we want to pull the name. So extract data from web page. You want the name. Extract this element. Finish. Okay, now let's do a quick run to make sure that it is working. Basically what I'm expecting is to see like data from web page is supposed to be my wife's name. I'm going to launch, you see now hands automatically already. Launch the URL, and it is going to pull her name. Let's see if it's not yet. Don't know why it's taking so long. Let's try again. Sometimes when you don't close all Chrome, all the browsers, it might cause conflict. So obviously when I'm in the production, so I'm going to make sure that I close all browsers before we start the automation. Let's see. Okay, now data from web page. Yes, we have the result, we have the name. Okay, let's save this as prospect's name. By the way, I'm going to limit myself to work on this until 12:35. Now, next step would be to open the inbox. So this is the link to the inbox. Let's go to inbox. Basically, browser. Go to web page, because we're using the same browser and we want to go to this URL. Let's close this Excel because it's slowing the computer. I mean, the computer is slow, I don't know why. But okay, so we have this. Now we want to hit this button because we want to add my wife's name, the prospect name, to the search. So populate text field on web page. Let's select this UI element, input search, and we are going to populate. This is we're choosing what should we add. So prospect name. Okay, now let's see how it works. So we're planning to launch the Chrome, extract the name, go to the inbox and populate the name in Facebook. Let's see. Launching new Chrome. It is currently extracting the name. Going to Messenger. And let's see if it adds. As expected. Let's see what was the error. Probably didn't wait enough, or okay, we should use, let's try this. This would be easier. Let's verify the selector. Combo box. I think this should be enough as a selector. See? Let's test. Okay, this should be enough. This should work. Okay, let's do this again. And obviously I'm not, although it's not so tidy and not so professional, I don't, when I'm building, I try to build fast. Unfortunately, I don't have the habit of very good naming convention and being very organized. This isn't just me. I need to improve this. I know I need to improve this, and I've been improving it, but still, I like moving fast, so no naming conventions at the moment for the selectors. As you can see, it wrote down exactly what I wanted. It found my wife, and then it found me. The next step we need to actually click on the prospect. So we can do two things over here. We can either send 2 clicks down, down, enter, or we can use OCR to look for the specific text, which I don't love. I prefer the down, down, enter, which also has downsides, but I think I prefer them. So let's do the send keys. And send keys is not robust, but I don't care at the moment. I think it should be fine. So down, 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 enter. And if we do down, down, enter, it should open up. We are looking for enter. It should open up the actual conversation. Let's do like some weights. 10 minutes left for the video. 1, 1, 1. Okay, now let's see how it goes. I always do this like all the time. Every time that I add a new step, which is kind of significant, I'm going to test, because otherwise if things break, I mean, it's easier to debug like this, in my opinion. So again, opening my wife's profile, taking her name, opening the inbox, searching for her name. Okay, what happened here wasn't good. I know what happened. Okay, so you see what happened here is it populated the text, but it didn't wait. So it immediately the population of text takes some time. Depending what your, replace text. It depends what type of action you choose, but populate text field in window takes time. So what I would, and because it started populating, and in the meantime it also sent the button, so we had that a bit of a mess. I'm using this dumb type of waiting. Normally it's better to wait until a process ends, so you can use wait for process, or until you see some content of the window changes. Waiting based on seconds is not ideal, but this is the easiest for the time being. And this is what I love about automating. You need to have a very deep understanding of what you're building, and there are a lot of edge cases and things can go wrong very easily, and you need to be pretty detail oriented, although I'm not detail oriented in my day-to-day. In general, I'm moving fast and pretty messy, but here it is working. In automating, you have to be detailed. So now we are waiting. Okay, great. Yes, okay, this is great. This is what we wanted. Great, so we have this step covered. Now, the next step would be to see if there are any responses. Now let's try to analyze a response. Maybe if we fetch all data, let's see if we can fetch all text. Extract data from web page. Let's see if we can fetch all text from the web page. No, I don't think this would be the route. We can take a screenshot of the web page and then use OCR in order to analyze the length of the text. Let's see, specific element. Let's try this. I don't know if this is the right approach, but let's try it. No, I prefer just trying to. We can go directly to OCR. OCR. If text on screen, extract text with OCR. Specific subregion only, and then we give the coordinates. We can give the coordinates of this area, and we can probably see. Okay. Windows OCR subregion relative to image. Yeah, I think the easiest would be to provide the subregion only. But I need to come up, I mean, this is easier, but I need to find the coordinates. Let's think if there is a different way to do this. Let's extract data from window. Let's see if it's viable. Not sure that this will help us. Let's try inspecting. Okay, so basically here I'm trying to find a selector that I think would be generic in all conversations. I'm sure I can find something, but since I'm under time pressure, it makes it harder. Let's try again. Circle. So maybe if we can count the amount of smileys, that could be also relevant. Let's see. Okay, let's try to pinpoint this guy. Yes, this SVG is supposed to be good. Let's try to copy the CSS. Copy selector. And now we can go to ChatGPT and ask us to explain. Can you explain the selector? Can you explain this selector? And afterwards, I can have ChatGPT analyze the selector and help me clean up the selector. The selector you provided is an example of CSS selector used in web development, specifically for selecting elements in document object model. So it shares the tag and class name, the child selectors, the lengths, blah, 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 the use case. Let's see. What we can also do is just copy like a bunch of text. Let's see the CVG. And ask ChatGPT to assist copy element. What about this code? So what I want to do, maybe, again, it's not robust, but I want to count the amount of SVGs. We can use JavaScript or JavaScript, or just use the native Power Automate, or use JavaScript in Power Automate. We can probably just count the amount of circles in the HTML. Let's see if we can get extract. And we will finish up in a moment because I'm over time. Get details, I will get details. Okay. Enough is enough. I said I limit myself to 15 until like 12:35. So I think we have made progress today, slight progress. Tomorrow we will probably solve this already. I will come up with a solution that allows me to analyze if someone responded to me a lot. It's almost there. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like always, please feel free to share it with your friends, like, and obviously if you're not subscribed, if you haven't subscribed yet, I think also yesterday I did the same mistake with pronouncing the subscribe. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do. And until next time, guys, keep on automating.